No. Start there.
Dr. YSRHU garu.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Morning. Reddy garu, morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Prasanna Kumar Bharathapuram, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir.
We'll start, YSRHU garu.
Sir, we shall start the program, sir.
Yeah, please.
Good morning to all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. YSRHU University, University officers, Associate Deans of Colleges of Horticulture, Principals of Horticultural Polytechnics, Heads of Research Stations and KVKs, and students of Dr. YSRHU University. So today, actually, when we're discussing with Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, we have observed some of the points for effective utilization of the library by the students and staff. So to improve the existing one and to go for new direction, this brainstorming session is organized under the chairmanship of Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. P. Janakram, sir. First of all, I welcome for this brainstorming session. Before going for the discussion of individual views and suggestions and ideas, just we will have the status of our university status, a few minutes presentation. Then we will go for the views and suggestions and ideas by one. We'll go for the first presentation, sir. With the permission of the chairman of the session, I am proceeding for the presentation, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah?
Brainstorming session on effective utilization of library by students and staff of Dr. YSRHU. Next, please. Yeah, Dr. YSRHU University Library actually established on 27th March 2015. Previously, all the colleges are having the college-wise library. If you see the present status of textbooks, journals, magazines, e-books, etc., in Dr. YSRHU Library, nearly above 5,000 books are available in University Library, College of Yarpeta, and even recently formed college also Parathipuram and Chenlatrapi. These are the textbooks. And e-books are also available. The e-books are all prepared in the University Library and they have been distributed. Actually, here also, my previous University librarian, the first librarian of the university, we have to remember the Dr. YSRHU garu, then followed by M.B. Nageshwarrao garu, then Didip Babu garu, Venkata Swami garu, and Uma Jyoti. Then journals and magazines are available. Even back volumes are available only at the University Library. Very few, as per the yesterday discussion with our Srinivas garu, nearly some 15 books are available. And thesis also 514 are available in the University Library, whereas in an Yarpeta nearly some 15 books are available. And competitive exams books are also available. These are the physical condition of our total university system. Besides this, we have the e-book links also. It is, I want to stress here, as per the Veeraragha presentations also, lot of e-books links are available in the university. Next, please. For example, this already we know that the Consortium for E-Resources in Agricultural Journals, actually by clicking this one, already last week, we have communicated to all the associate deans and principals. Actually, in the ICR ranking system, the terabytes number also is having the marks. So here, I would like to request all the ADs and students, whenever you open the Sera, please open with the Dr.YSRHU user ID and password only, so that the bytes number will be more, so that in the Sera we can go for all the journals, all the information, everything is available. This please already have circulated, it may be noted. Next, please. In the Sera also, as most of the people also knows, yes, there is one advantage is there. For example, if anybody wants any information, they can post it here. So that information, the Sera group will gather and repost that required information. It may be a journal, it may be any information pertaining to it. It is having a link of 123 libraries. So whatever the information available in the Sera, it can be seen by going through the website. If that particular information is not available, if you want any information, that has to be posted there. The Sera will get the information by contacting all the 123 libraries, and they will provide to us. Next, please. So then again, our university is also having these free e-resources. These websites links, nearly 11 links are available. They in the different names. These ICR groups, publications, Rishi Course, Rishi Prabha, or online courses, or ICR e-publications, National Digital Library also available. Just we have to click it, all are free only. Already we have given the circulation. Just by giving the click, all the entire information, the National Digital Library or whatever the information can be gathered. As I mentioned, 11 e-resources are available at present. Next, please. Besides this one, for if you want to go for the journals, 18 gateways open access journals, 18 links are available, 18 websites. That also we have communicated to all the colleges. Only thing is the associate deans and principals, even the heads of the research station KVKs, they have to make that awareness among the students. As even that information is there, whenever the awareness is there only, the more utility can be through e-library can be followed. Next, please. Here, this is the same thing. All are gateways for the open resources. Besides that one, we have the free open access resources also. All books, whatever the information you wanted, all are freely available. We have issued the circular also. These are available. This you can just to create the awareness. Associate deans, even they can that have written the action points also. We will discuss there. So 21 free open links are available pertaining to agriculture, horticulture, veterinary, or general. Total links are available. Next, please. Then open education resources, OUR system is also available in Dr.YSRHU University with these two links. Just by pressing these two links, we can get all the information about the system. Only thing is we have to create, as I said, awareness among the staff and students. Next, please. So just actually what the system is available in our university presently is in all the libraries, nearly for the number of books, all university officers, professors, associate professors, research extension staff, PhD students, MSc students, PhD students are available. This is the number of eligibility loan period for taking the books from the library. Next, please. So here, how much, just if you see the data, how many students or staff utilizing the university library physically, I'm talking, is beside the e-resources. From 2014 to 15 and 21, 22, we have gathered very good information is there. Especially students are physical strength. This is pertaining to Venkatraman Nagudam. The number of students year-wise are mentioned, number of staff also. But when compared to students and staff, the ratio is very less. What my observation is. Then e-resources, they are utilizing the e-resources also. Next, please. Then College of Anantarajpeta, also good when compared to number of staff utilization at Venkatramanagudam, Anantarajpeta staff utilization is more in the library. This I want to project here. Beside the resources also. This is pertaining to the data, sir. Next, please. The recently formed colleges, Parathipuram also, but they are, as the information available in library, both students and staff combined strength is there, but whenever observed, very limited are there. In Chiliterapi also, we have the only one data of 2021, 530 members, staff and students. So we don't have any, as you know, libraries in polytechnics, so we have not been presenting here. Next, please. So based upon this information, now, actually this is the brainstorming session. With the little experience, just I have written proposed some action plan for effective utilization of library by students and staff of Dr.YSRHU and to initiate the discussion. First one is the awareness on utilization of e-library. What I observed is, even though the SERA and various websites, e-links are available free of cost in Dr.YSR Agriculture University, we don't have any much awareness on this program. So then we have to discuss and think of how to create the awareness among the students for effective utilization of this e-library. Second one is, as I said, more utilization of SERA. Why means the SERA, as I discussed with our librarian staff, even the mobile also we can keep it. We can download this mobile also, the SERA program. Whenever is there, the SERA can be seen. Only thing is we have to enter through our Dr.YSRHU user ID and password. So that click goes to our account, YSRHU account. So naturally on the ranking system, we will get 100% marks. Then proposal thing is a regular visit to library. It is only a proposal only for the discussion. Professors, associate professors, assistant professors, teaching associates of concerned colleges, at least a minimum 1 day in a week, they have to go physically to library so that whatever the books are available, journals may be utilized. Associate deans of the concerned college, minimum once in 15 days. If that is minimum, I'm saying. If they go regularly, also no problem. It is just for a discussion. Then principals and teaching faculty of agricultural polytechnics. Actually, if there is a possibility there, they have to establish a minimum library facilities or may visit near College of Horticulture libraries during student exposure visits. Generally, whenever the outsiders, means our polytechnic students comes to the colleges of horticulture or university headquarters, we may visit all the points except library. So my request is they can also visit the library also. So the students will get the awareness also. It is on this one. Whenever they come to the administrative office, the heads of the research stations or heads of the principals, they make the habit of going to the library. That is the thing. Then heads of the research stations and KVKs also, or the staff of the stations may visit the university library during administrative visits or any comes to libraries. If they go to any college or any research station, they have to. Then already e-library also I mentioned very clear. Then is also one of the proposal, knowledge center at all HRS and KVKs. Wherever the feasibility is, nothing but knowledge center means, as when our onward vice chancellor also saying so many times, whenever we new assistant professors have joined, if they want to know the annual reports, if you want to know the literature, it may be available in the books and racks, not in one place. If it is available in one place, generally just like a library, they can go there in a particular one small room or on table, they can go through and read without any permission is required. So that it may be a knowledge center, but a particular research station, particular KVK. So these are all some of the action points I have proposed. Next, please. Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity. Now, it is, sir, as per the program, sir, views and suggestions and ideas I have mentioned here by university officers, associate deans of colleges of horticulture, principals of horticultural polytechnics, heads of research stations and KVKs, students of Dr.YSRHU.
So, thank you very much, Dr. YSRHU, for that really excellent presentation. And now it's open for discussion. And let us invite the suggestions.
Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. T. Jankiram sir, and the University Librarian and the Director of Education, Dr. YSRHU, and all university officers, all associate deans, heads, and principals of polytechnics. Good morning. Really, congratulations, sir, for starting webinar on University Library. So a lot of information is there, and I thank you for sharing your Sarah last week, Sarah username and password. By that only we come to know many journals are there in our university library. And I suggest you one thing, first put one university library folder in our website. Open one folder, university library. So in that you put all information, whatever just now given in a PowerPoint presentation. And then only we can know many people from different corners of the state in outside also, that usernames, passwords, everything should be on the website. So then only we can all can come to know in through website, usernames and passwords. And e-journals, e-books, e-library, digitalization of library. Because digitalization of library is very important. So through Sarah, you told that 120 libraries are connected. And in 120 libraries, what is there, we can know. But so far, we don't have any information regarding the journals, online e-journals, e-periodicals, e-books, the thesis also. And all usernames, passwords should be there in the website. And time to time. Suppose if any student or any scientist want anything, just by opening our website, we can know the usernames and passwords. Every digitalization library also very much important. Now there is a lot of, we are all busy in scientists working in different areas in research stations, KVKs, polytechnics, colleges. So in cell phone, we can see easily. So everything should be there. Whatever the even books also, my suggestion books, period journals, everything should be in the website. That means the connections, links should be there. So just by opening, we can see the journals. So that is one of the thing, my suggestion. And everything should be digitalization, whether so gradually, not at a time. Slowly we can digitalization our library, because we cannot, because resources are limited, so funds are limited. So from the university side, digitalization is very much required. So to by which all students can easily access to our website. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Go ahead, Srinivas Vijay.
Yeah, please. Anybody next, please? Anyone? University officers, associate deans, principals.
So, good morning, sir.
Srinivas, please.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr.YSRHU University, all university officers, associate deans of colleges, principals of horticulture polytechnics, and heads of KVKs, and all the other staff members who are present in this brainstorming session on effective utilization of library services by the students and staff. I think it is a undeniable fact that the effective utilization of library services is very much essential to improve the quality of education in colleges as well as in the research stations, wherever the facilities are available. I think we have very good facilities at both at Venkatramanagudam as well as at Anantarajapeta. And in 2 other colleges also, the library facilities are improving. And my submission to all the members is there should be orientation program for all these library, ICT facilities. Whenever we conduct these type of meetings, there should be an library orientation program for the students, so that the students can be well aware of the facilities available at the library wherever they are existing. And another point I would like to mention is provision of library period on the timetable. Wherever the timetables are providing for the different courses in the colleges, I think there should be a mentioning of library period so that students can make use of the facility during that particular time. I think this should not be treated as a leave period, a free period. That should be compulsorily make use of that period by visiting library. So with this, I think we can increase the number of visitors to the library. So there should be a separate library period in the timetable. And also one more submission is increasing the time of the library. See, most of the time I have been observing the library will be kept open during the college hours. I think if you want to increase the number of visitors to the college, the library should be kept open after the college hours, maybe from 5 to 6 or 6:30, so that students and staff can make use of the facility. Because in that way we can improve the visitors number. Another thing is, sir, we have so many facilities, as you are in your presentations we have seen. SERA facilities, open access journals, open access books, and this OER, and several other resources like e-library, and also, as Dr. Dhananjay Rao told, digitalization of library. So for all these things, I think we have to identify one of the staff members in each college, and they should be trained on these aspects so that they can properly guide the students and other staff members to increase the, the strength of visitors to the library. These are my some of the suggestions I would like to make in this brainstorming session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Srinivas. Next, please.
Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, the University officers, Associate Deans of Colleges, Principals of Horticultural Polytechnics, Heads of Research Stations and KVKs, and other staff members and students. Very good morning to all of you, sir. This program is really very, very useful program to bring awareness about the utilization of library and also different links through which we can get the information regarding different material for the utilization of library. Sir, I have only 2 suggestions in this regard, sir. In fact, in colleges, because all the libraries are easily approachable and all the staff members are regularly, they'll get the information from the library either through getting the textbooks to them or directly visiting the library. So they are getting updated with the knowledge. In research stations also, they should have their own libraries, all the research stations, so that, because in most of the research stations, scientists will be working on 1 or 2 or 3 crops. So to get knowledge of all the crops and to get updation, to update their knowledge, it is better to have a library for individual research stations and with some latest important journals also. That's my feeling, sir. So that already the college people, they are already thinking, and even students, uses at UG students level, we can encourage them to go to library regularly, because most of the times for references and all, use PG and PhD students will be visiting. If UG students also make use of this, so that at UG level itself, instead of simply depending on the university notes or something, they'll be more knowledgeable by visiting the library. So these are the two sessions, sir. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, madam. Next, please.
Good morning, sir.
Venkateswara garu, please.
Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Garu, University officers, senior professors, and staff and students, very good morning. Apart from the other suggestions given by my previous speakers, I want to tell some suggestions, sir. Regarding the publication, sir, we are having the releasing the publication from our different stations, colleges, and KVK, sir. Whenever the publications are there, they have to give the each publication to the central library, sir, at least to refer these publications by the staff and the students, sir. That is one suggestion, sir. Then coming to the library facilities, sir, the amount or the budget released by for the purpose of the library is very, very meager, sir. If there is a ICR budget is there, we are utilizing that budget to different aspects, sir. Otherwise, we are not having any budget, sir. We are collecting the 660 rupees from the each student per semester, sir. Per semester from each student, and also with the deposit of 2,130 rupees at the time of first year joining, sir. At least you can give the sum of the amount to the improvement of these facilities at the concerned library. You can utilize that amount, sir. This is the request for the Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for the facility, improve the facilities, sir. And then the regular staff's distribution, sir, for the improvement, development, and maintenance and accountability of the library, sir. We are having the 4 JLS, sir. And also we are having the 4 libraries, sir. These 4 JLS can be distributed, sir, for the improvement of the library, sir. And also the SERA hits, sir. We are encouraging the students, and we have instructed the students, and also our library staff, sir. Whenever the students are coming to these libraries, they are advised to open the SERA links and to have the better hits, sir. That is, it has to be done, sir. This is my suggestion, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Venkateswara garu. Next, please.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Narmed garu.
Sir, I have small submission, sir, here. So many sessions already come in. Sir, regarding the use of SERA, despite our instructions, issue of circulars and all, not much is achieved in the use of SERA, sir. We all, as per the statistics which we have been presenting till now. And can we find a mechanism to improve the use of SERA, sir? Can we insist students at the time of submission or for every semester, something like that, so that the number of hits will be more? Can I think in that line, sir? Unless something is imposed, we cannot ensure this, sir, I think. In each and every semester or for at the time of term paper presentations, there will be there, sir, in the college for every course they will be presenting term papers. During that time, if something is insisted on PG students, I think the use of SERA will be improved. This is from my side.
Thank you. Any others, please? Others.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and all the dignitaries and the students. I have a few points to submit, sir. So sensitizing the students is also necessary, sir. Actually, PG students are having a non-credit course on library, sir. But if it is more practical oriented and a training on visiting the links and using the links must be trained up to MSc and PhD students. So that would be useful for their review of literature also, sir. Then to the UG students, they have computer science course or during the other hours, specific time may be allotted to visit the library, sir, as it was previously mentioned, because all the students are busy with their curriculum and their class hours. So if time is given for them, so they will understand the use of the visiting libraries, sir. And regarding their preparation to competitive exams and JRFs, SRFs, they can concentrate, sit in the library and concentrate more studying in the library. That habit must be inculcated in the students, sir. And these are the points I would like to submit, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Salon. Other officers, please.
Very good morning, sir. I am Dr. K. Gopal, Associate Dean, College of Horticulture, Anantras Beta. Very good morning to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and all the university officers. Really, sir, it is a good initiative because we know, but to make it sincere efforts, it is very much essential. So, as others said, it's nice that we have only one shift library, and it can be made to 2 shifts, sir. But only thing is we need but bit manpower, one JCT and one record assistant probably. So that can, if that is there, we can go for 2 shifts, sir. That is one thing, sir. Regarding digitalization libraries, I think it is already there. Digitalization, it applies to only the old documents which needs preservation. It is already there. So whatever the e-journals or e-books are all available. So these can be utilized very effectively. But here, sir, these e-books and Sarah and all, but in the libraries, I think better we need to we have to strengthen the xeroxing and printing facility so that it will be easy for the students to take the prints and go and they can read, and otherwise no, they'll copy and again it will be cut and paste type. So it is better to have or to increase or to strengthen the libraries with xeroxing and also the printing facilities, sir. That is one thing. And this orientation course, yes, sir. It's as you are doing now. I think this university librarian has to do this orientation course for all the UG and PG for first in the first semester itself. We have one library science in UG program. I think one course will be there. So during that time itself, in the first semester itself, if we give this orientation for all the UG students, it will be very, very useful, sir. They can acclimatize since then itself. That is very good, sir. And whatever the class seminars or presentations teachers are giving to PG, PhD students, I think it is better to initiate some. I think already we have initiated the submission of some literature cards like that. So if something, if we insist, I think they can go and they can take the prints and they can have certain, at least full length articles of 3, 4, 5, which they referred for the that presentation. So they can, sir. So with that, they can go and they can take the print, and the footings in the library can be increased, sir. So with that, I think we can get to the maximum extent of marks allotted to that for accreditation and all, and also for rankings. And again, sir, Yes, sir. But whatever the publications, let it be whether KVK, HRS, or Horticulture Polytechnic, or college, or an administrative building, wherever the publications comes, it has to go to all the colleges, including Central Library, all the colleges of UG, PG, and also horticultural polytechnics. If possible, all to horticulture research stations also, because even the old horticulture research stations in this university have separate library. We have even Central Library may not be having the old books, but yes, there are old books at Citrus Research Station and Ambazapet, Kovur, all the old research stations they have, sir. So even we can have a copy to all the HRSs for their use. And again, sir, I think for getting full-length articles printing, most of the staff, the problem facing is unless we give official email ID, it won't give, it won't open. So official email ID, it is for confirmation sake, it asks. So personal email IDs, it won't allow. So here there should be some affiliation to the institutions. That institutional email ID should be there for all the teaching staff. So that will be more useful, sir, if it is provided. Actually, we tried to give this. First, we started with official government email IDs for all the officers, head of the stations. And again, even for staff also, we tried, but because of certain reasons, it was just not materialized. But it can be taken up now, sir, because it is useful for all the faculty. And again, at least in all the 4 UC colleges, we have internet, but for printing and all, it probably needs bit high speed. So we can also think of in that line for effective utilization, because that downloading and all, it takes lot of time, and even sometimes it won't open, because number of users will be more in the colleges. When it is more, that it will be bit difficult. So I think it is better to think in that line also, to increase the efficiency or use of library resources by the students and staff, sir. That's all from my side, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gopal.
Sir, good morning, sir. I am Dr. Srinivas, sir. So this is regarding the request from students where the SIRA and e-books.
Srinivas, 1 minute, please. First, the ADs will complete it, then we will complete. Associate deans of other colleges. Associate deans.
This is Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, dignitaries, and my dear colleagues. I'm from College of Horticulture, Chinnatrapalli, sir. So my small suggestion over here is, as mentioned in the knowledge center, you have mentioned to start a knowledge center to know about the institute or station. So here a small submission as mentioned to provide all the pamphlets or the materials which are released from all the research stations or latest developments of KVKs to all the 22 institutes, not only colleges and polytechnics, because this will help with the knowledge upgradation in each institute, because for the latest releases. And also the other one is, as mentioned, this for the SERA visit, one small suggestion is, if we can, as mentioned, we can take it as a non-credit course, but already as the load is very high, we can include this in the first year. We can make a small addition, like we have a course of information and communication technology. We have one course of 1+1 information and communication technology. There we can, we have different practicals and also theory of using the programs, and also browsing, web browsing, etc. in practical and theory. So we can include one chapter over there in practicals also, like to apprise them how to use the SERA. So that will be very much helpful, and also our visit also will be much increase, and it will be made mandatory as mentioned by Director of Research. Sir. It also will be can be made mandatory, and they'll be also appraised in the first year itself, along with their orientation. Sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Kumar. Associate Deans of college, private colleges, affiliated colleges also.
Sir. Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected university officers, distinguished faculty, dear students. Sir, at the outset, I would like to appreciate the efforts of our university librarian for coming out with a webinar. We are conducting many webinars, but it is unique in its own. So this creating awareness and the effective utilization of libraries by the staff as well as the students. So first thing is, sir, creating awareness. So because the webinar is being conducted, now it has come to the light. First orientation to be given to the first year students. First, why I am telling is, every course they are having where the practicals are there, they are being given assignments. So when they are giving the assignments, each student has to go to the library, that they will be slowly utilized, coming in terms with the usage of the library. That is more important, actually. So it will not only increase the footings in the library, but also inculcate the habit of visiting the library. So libraries, all libraries are being termed as the temples of educational institutions. This should be mandatory, because even the UG students and also the PG students, wherever the term papers and all these things are being given, that are to be scrutinized properly to give, because it is going like that. So they will be coming out with submitting 3 or 4 pages as term paper, because I came to know that when I was taking the courses, especially in the university. So I came across that they are not putting any effort, actually. They are simply downloading and they are submitting it. As it is, the papers are being attached, though it is mandatory, but they are not going through and they are not getting. How many references that they are going to give, that also should be made mandatory for each and every term papers, both PG as well as PhD students. This I have observed. And with regard to the digitization, yeah, everything is now in place, including the documents that we have given it, as was told by Associate Dean Anantaraj. So no doubt, our oldest research stations are having precious books which are now out of print. Actually, they are to be digitized. That facility is there in our old libraries, that is University Library as well as ARPAT Library. Our University Library can take the responsibility of digitization of all these documents, that is scientific documents, as well as monographs that are there, individual crafts monographs are there. And also some of the journals that are there, old journals that every old research station used to subscribe for the journals that are pertaining to their main crop, actually, mandatory crop. This is there that we have observed in, we have seen there at Anantaraj as well as Ambajipet. This is one. And to strengthen the journals, sir, actually, this is one idea, please think about it. All the senior staff members are the life members of particular societies. And it is right time that when they are becoming old or 2 or 3 years old, they will be collecting the journals in the hard copies they will be getting by post and all that. The sincere request is, so after a long time, just they will be simply throwing out that it is not needed, actually, when they are got retired and all these things. This is one that we have to think about, collect the, submit them to the university library so that they can be digitized and also they can be kept in the hard copy form. This is one sincere advice, because being the member of Indian Journal of Genetics and Plant Breeding, I got an opportunity that that particular society approached all the members that they are having old journals. Whoever are interested, they can contact us so that we will be sending a free of cost as well as free of postage cost also. So I have collected 4 years of journals and hand out to the library. That is, in that way we can think about it. Senior faculty, I think if they have subscribed or they are the right members, they will be getting these journals. And another thing is, wherever these new journals that are there, every journal that is there, it is having e-form also now. And is there any possibility of getting a printout of 4 or 5 copies and deposit each issue and sending it to the major colleges, our colleges especially? And this is one to strengthen the library. At present, we are having good number, but it's not sufficient, what I can say that. And e-books as well as which are there, they are very costly compared with the book volumes actually. They are very costly compared to, and their utilization period is also limited. And ICR is particularly allotting budget for the e-books, when more budget for e-books when compared with the hard volumes. But library needs hard volumes, that is more important. And as was rightly told that some of the budget, that is fee, being collected in the form of fee. If you take one decision that all the amount that was collected from the students to be given to the respective colleges so that they can purchase the volumes, at least 1 or 2 volumes they are purchasing for a particular title, it will be sufficient and strengthening the libraries. It is not the number of volumes, it is number of titles that shows the strength of the library. That is one aspect. Another thing is automation, especially this RFID facility. Both the senior colleges we are having, we have established it with the liberal funding of ICR. Yeah, funding itself, now we have to think about it. We have to make ways how to allot the budget for this. So depending solely on the ICR funding, it is our thinking that gradually it is going down. Actually, when I was the university librarian, it was very liberal. We used to get a lot of funding. We used to collect the titles that are needed by the associate deans. And again, university heads are circulated and they used to select it so that we will be arriving at the cost, that is budget that is allotted to the particular college. This is one way that we have to think about it, sir. Whenever we are getting the state budget, we have to allot it, separate budget for the library so that it will be useful. Another thing is, being the young university, we are having the old books also there, and with the usage, they will get damaged. So liberal funding should be allotted for the binding of the back volumes or the damaged volumes. This should be the contingency, sir. It should be there on the regular basis. So every year, the concerned librarians, they will be looking after these damaged volumes, and they will be coming for the proposals. That also we have to look at it. And every time, all the librarians who are there at the helm of affairs, university librarian as well as the regular librarians at the respective colleges, it should be mandatory that all the books are in proper shape so that students will be utilizing them properly. This is from my side, sir. Another thing, knowledge center. Yes, definitely. All the pamphlets, right from the pamphlets to the booklets and the training manuals, everything that are there contributed by different research stations as well as KVKs. KVKs, it is mandatory to come out with the pamphlets, booklets, and all these things. They will be coming out. Each KVK at least 100, a minimum of 100, they will be coming out. So all these to be circulated to all the libraries, including the university library. That is more important. And all these, whichever that has come, because the facility is there, there is no cost involved now. And our librarians are equipped with the digitization process. We can ask them that everything that is coming to them on daily basis, they have to go for digitization. This is what, because not only that book issuing and taking the books and all this is a regular activity, no doubt. But one person should be there, and because they are equipped with the digitization process, they can do it so that they can be preserved for the posterity. That is more important, sir, actually. So with this, I thank the university authorities for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, sir. That is from my
Thank
side.
you. Thank you, all. Thank you. Other colleges, please. Ladies. Affiliated colleges. Principals of polytechnics. Principals of polytechnics.
Sir, one more thing, sir, actually. So each guide who has guided and after retirement, they will be carrying a lot of thesis, actually. Thesis. And it is very difficult for them to maintain also. After some time, they will be thrown out. So it is my sincere advice or request for all the retired teachers who have guided the students, MSc, both PhD, they can return the thesis, especially the recently retired people. I think they can deposit it because we are prior to our bifurcation of the university, whatever that is there in the library in the Rajendra Nagar college, we are not getting the hard volumes. So that though soft volumes are available now, soft copies, but hard copies we are not having. And I think in this way, we can also accumulate some of the old volumes. Thank you, sir.
Definitely, thank you.
Sir, one more submission. To get recent statistical data, especially for faculty and PG PhD students, that is the India stat data. To get these figures, it asks for subscribing. So if at least Central Library subscribes and keeps the data of all the crops, area production, and the recent one in the website, it will be easy for all others to have an access. And again, even export import data of so many commodities and all also, that also it asks subscribing of the universities. So if that is taken up at Central Library, it will be useful for all, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The principals of other colleges.
Sir, one submission, sir.
Salam.
Tasks and assignments to the students must be given towards visiting the library and doing something, sir, rather than from the internet, collecting from the internet. Tasks and assignments for PG students and UG students, and the courses related to the library, sir. They have the courses related to the library. Thank you.
Thank you, Salam. Any heads of the research stations or heads of the KVKs? Any sessions? The students, any students are there? So actually, most of the students, they have joined through YouTube links, sir. As it has strength has exceeded more than 100.
Just,
Morning, sir.
I'm Dr. Sir, Horticulture Polytechnic Kalikiri, sir. Just.
Bayana, please.
Sir, polytechnics have a limited number of books, sir. They have a limited budget also, sir. So therefore, books purchased from ICR budget by the colleges, some of the books, if they are transferred to the polytechnics, that will be of much use to us, sir, because of limited budget and all. Another thing is one of our staff members is trained on maintenance of library books. That would be of much use to us, sir.
Okay.
Sir, good morning, sir. Myself, Dr. Dr.YSRHU, Principal Scientist, Krishi Vigyan Kendra, Periyavaram, sir. In my view, the RBK staff, those who are now recruited recently, they want to gain knowledge regarding horticulture, agriculture, and allied sectors also, sir. So that our success stories and extension strategies, extension work, what we have done in our university, it can be digitalized and so that we can make arrangements with the Department of Agriculture and Horticulture regarding their magazines also. If we put all the extension work and success stories in one thing, and it is very useful for the farming community and also for the staff of RBK at RBK level, sir, in each and every village. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I am Dr. Karunasri, Head Principal Scientist and Head Krishi Vigyan Kendra Venkatramanagudam, sir. This is a request from KVK side, sir, because the KVK scientists, we don't have access to our library in the campus, sir. So whenever we request for taking some of the journals or books, maybe reference books, we don't have the access, sir. That may be provided wherever the nearby college, university libraries are there, the scientists. And as said by the earlier speakers also, it is very useful, all the material which is published by the KVKs also, all the technical bulletins and all those things, they'll be placed, a copy of it may be placed at all the libraries of the colleges. Thank you very much.
Sir, one submission, sir. Dr. Chalapati from Ambajipet, sir. Sir, in general, I'm just asking about this publication. We are not having this ISBN number, sir, for any of the university publications. So I think that if you have an ISBN number for all the publications coming out from the university, it will give more visualization, more visibility to our university also publication. Without ISBN number, I think it will be just like a routine book. So I request that all the publications what we bring out of the station should go to Central Library, one copy along with ISBN number, and this can be easily attained by the university librarian, sir. So I sincerely request that ISBN number should be attached even to the technical bulletins also. I have seen from other institutes with technical bulletins with ISBN numbers that will create our own book library, sir. So I request that ISBN number should be mandatory for all publications.
Okay. Anybody? Anyone? Students? Any students are there? And one more thing also, if even if they get an idea today or tomorrow also, they can please share to the university librarian email. So that also will be taken into consideration for planning the program. So now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for remarks, sir.
So thank you very much, Dr. YSRHU. I think it's really a great idea to have this brainstorming session on effective utilization of library by students and staff of our university. And they have also given a nice presentation which really depicted what we have. My remarks, I think as the title goes, effective utilization, I think that must be given first priority. How effectively we are utilizing, and it has to be utilized. This needs to be first strengthened. Of course, whatever points have come, that is, further improvement, way forward, how best we can improve. So it can be at two parts. Now, what immediate measures we need to take for effective utilization and increase the utilization of the existing facilities which are available in the libraries of our university. And good points were really told by our senior officers, ADs, heads and principals. So, few points we can make the actionable points. One thing, we have to strengthen the visibility and also the use of library, because last time when particularly the ranking of the universities is done, I think this is very much required, particularly the SERA hits, which counts, and I think that needs to be given utmost importance. And yes, I agree. We have to allocate some budget provision, because actually in ICR for the last few years, under the library budget provision, there is no allotment, I can say. But as the third slide, university library at Anantrajpet, Parvatipuram and Chenlatrapi, there are at least sufficient textbooks, e-books, few journals, I can say, and magazines are available. So now, to particularly start with polytechnics. During my visit to all the polytechnics also, Dr.YSRHU knows, and also with the Dean, I discussed many times that one meeting has to be called. Even when I visited the Horticulture Polytechnic Kalikiri, we wanted to strengthen particularly the polytechnics. So for that, we have to call a meeting, and the basic books which are required, I think we can allot some money after arriving, what kind of the need is required. And we should also make a provision for minimum infrastructure like almirahs to keep the books, magazines, whatever, and computers. That we need to propose for coming the ICR funds. That is one point. And with regard to magazines and also journals, we can review which are very important journals and magazines. For example, even the Raitu RBK magazines must be made available. Apart from that, Indian horticulture, that also must be available in all our colleges and polytechnics, if it is not subscribed. Regarding, I don't know whether the thesis digitization we started or not. In IRA, they have done it. If required, then we can start that.
It is there, sir.
It is there? Okay. Then
It is there, sir. It is there.
Okay, then it's good. And of course, the official email. So I request registrar to take this point to note, and we can initiate this action. And of course, Xeroxing machines, I don't know whether they're not available, but we can make provision for ICR funds. So that must be, otherwise we will try to support that. And particularly now we have to make, the other day also we were discussing, we have to make the particularly colleges, and for example in university library, the HRS, KVKs, everything is one campus. I think weekly twice or to begin with once, we have to make it compulsory visit to library, and monthly compliance report will be submitted to the university by respective, the ADs, heads, and so on. And we are very particular about the visit of the students. As DSA madam pointed out, yeah, I agree, during classes and their exams, it may not be possible during, those timings. But I think in the evenings, we can think of making, beyond, I think now, I don't know what timing, is it 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock?
5, sir.
So we can extend, and we can work out how it will be done. So again, registrar will consult and come out with plan of action. Then for all our university publications, this was also discussed, I think Dr. Swamigar knows, the ISBN numbers, even for some of the old publications also, I think we need to get this. ISBN is very important. And for purchase of these books can be made centralized and can be distributed to particularly the polytechnics. That modality we will work out. And journals, we can make a committee, let them recommend some of the very leading journals, review it, and let us subscribe uniformly for all the colleges and also polytechnics and few research institutes. If they are specialized in their respective crops, we can suggest those journals for those research stations. Dr. Gopal mentioned that India Stat data book. I think we can write to NHB and EPIDA. They give these data books every year they publish. So we can write a letter, Dr. Srinivas Garu,
Okay, sir.
And if not, we are receiving.
Yes, sir.
They'll make us in mail list and they will send it definitely. So it will give for all the horticulture crops, whether it is export, EPIDA will give the export data, and the NHB will give crop wise, state wise, everything will
Yes.
be there. So that will also be an authentic source.
Yes.
So these two things we can write letters. And I also request that Srinivas Vihar to write a letter. This Raitu Sadhakarika Association, now it is there. Particularly, they have some funds. Can we write them if they give and we can purchase on particularly, this natural farming or whatever. Then another thing, this also we discussed many times, the donation of books campaigning. Many of our retired teachers, even when I went last visit, Dr. Dadlani, he offered me that he will donate all his books to our university. So let us coordinate immediately. We'll write a letter to him. So we can coordinate with somebody in Delhi so that he can collect and, send by courier or parcel, whatever it is. Likewise, some seniors, that KL Chadda. So even our own retired professors, and to begin with, I will donate some of books we purchased during our, the fellowship. And Dr. Reddygar also told many journals also, we have hard copies. That also we can give it to, at least for our polytechnics, we can give them. So this is one drive. Let us make it. And yeah, Dr. Gaddagmath, who was, I can say, one of the very, I can say, is the expert in library sciences. He is retired from NAR. So we can write a letter to him, the effective communication and how to use library. So we can arrange in between one lecture by for at least our students. And particularly, we also, I think, when we are going to implement that 50 reference cards for students thesis submission.
It's already in implementation, sir.
It is being implemented?
Yes, sir. With immediate effect, it has been given last time in the academic council.
Unless they submit these reference cards, I think no thesis will be taken for submission. This has to be followed very strictly. So I think within next 2 months, we have to see how effectively we are using our library services, taking some parameters, how many they are visiting, compliance report, whether it is our staff or students. Let us monitor for next 2 months. Then we will know what is the effectiveness. And immediately for polytechnics, I request, Dean to conduct a meeting, and we will give some budget for the immediate purchase of some books. So I think with this, we will start. And another thing, I would like to request the annual reports of ICR horticulture institutes, at least last 2 years. We should make them available. I think they will send it. I think we are receiving at university level, but we can request those institutes and send them. Then last point is, even before that, I would like to request Dean to take the compliance report of all the English language laboratories, what we have established. So far, how many they could utilize? What is the effectiveness of that? Let us please review it, and a report should be submitted. And lastly, the libraries, let us provide a panel, even the research stations, where the publications by the staff should be pinned for the information, so that at least the latest publications, all the staff of that respective institutes or colleges, they'll be known to others also. I think this also, let us maintain this. So I think it's a good beginning, I can say, in this direction, because I know last 2 years, because of COVID, whatever reasons, though we wanted the library services to be more effective, that could not be, taken in a way what we wanted. But today, really, it's a excellent, effective initiative that we have taken to organize this brainstorming session. With these few remarks, and hope that this will yield some good results and improve our library services. And I tell you, our university library, I think one of the best, and hopefully our new library building, 2 days back we reviewed, and I think most probably in few months it will be ready for utilization. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging remarks. And the action plan points will be planned, sir, and they will be executed, and the proceedings will be prepared. At the outset, on behalf of University Library, Dr.YSRHU, thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor, University officers, Associate Deans of Colleges of Horticulture, Principals of Horticultural Polytechnics, Heads of Research Stations and KVKs, and students of Dr.YSRHU for participation and exchanging the views, suggestions, and ideas for effective utilization of library by students and staff. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.
I think our the newly